In this video, I'm going to show you how we store our inventory for our online e-commerce business. So if you're new to the channel, my wife and I, Jessica, we are full-time resellers, meaning that we buy liquidated goods from online marketplaces like Amazon and Walmart, and we turn around and we sell those items on our website and on our eBay store. So one of the questions that we've been getting a lot recently is how we store our online inventory. And I wanted to show you guys today how we do it, what our method is, how we put it in the computer on the eBay platform, so that when we pull orders, we can go right to the shelf, to the box, to find our item without spending minutes and sometimes hours looking for that item. And I know that when we first started out reselling, is that I really didn't have any rhyme or reason how I would store items. I would just put it in a box, put it on a shelf, it would sit on the floor, wherever, and then when I went to sell the item and I had to go pull it, I would have to dig through the box, try to figure out which one it is. And as our inventory grew, where we have, you know, almost 1,500 items now, is that it started getting a little confusing because I had multiple boxes, and then multiple boxes turned into multiple shelves and multiple rows of shelves. So I've learned to tweak it over the years to where now I can find an item just like that. And that's what we're going to show you today. So here I am right here in the middle of one of our aisles of shelves. You see all these boxes here that you can see, like this one here, it's got box 1, this one's box 1, that all of these have different numbers on them, and even the shelves have different numbers. So let me get up from here and get positioned a little bit differently so I can kind of show you how we have the items, and then I'll jump onto my computer and I will show you there how the items are put into our eBay inventory so we know exactly where to find them. So for us, because we do sell mostly all online, we try to source items that are small enough so that we can easily store them in boxes just like this. And it's easy for us to ship them, meaning that they're not big boxes, they're small. We can ship them first class mail, or they weigh a couple pounds and we can easily ship them in priority mail. And here we are in one of our rows of shelves, is that we've got, I don't know, 4 sections of shelves. And we have the shelves labeled that this first one here, that is E, meaning that this is row E here. That this section of shelves is row E. We've got this one here is row D, and then we've got row C right here, row B, and then over here, that's in the dark cluster area, that is row A. So when we store our items, that we give a specific number, letter number combination to point us to the row, which is the first letter there that is pictured. Now the next symbol is going to be B. So we've got the row of shelves, and then we've got B, which is going to be the actual shelf. And you can use numbers, you can use letters, whatever it is that you decide to use. Like this could be 5, meaning that this is the 5th row of shelves, or the 5th section, whatever it is. We use the letter E. And then like this one here is EA1, because this is the first section or the first shelf in this row of shelves, which is where the A comes in. So you've got EA, and then here is EB, and then you have EC, which is the 4th one, or the 3rd one, and then ED right here, which is the 4th shelf. So we've got 4 shelving units on row E, right? So E is the row of shelves, and then the next letter sequence is the specific shelf in that row. Now the next thing that you'll see here is going to be the number 1, that this is shelf number 1. this right here is shelf number 2. We've got shelf number 3, shelf number 4, and then down at the bottom there, shelf number 5. So that right there shows us that E, the 5th row of shelves, A is the first section of shelves, and then you've got each shelving, or each individual shelf has its own number, right? So the next number you'll see is we have box 1, box 2, and box 3. So we're able, because of the way that we inventory our numbers, that we assign them a location, is we can go to row E, shelving unit A, and then shelf number 2 or 3 or whatever shelf it is, and then the individual box that the item is in. For example, if we're looking for an item in EA3 box 2, we can just come over here. We've got EA3 box 2, and then we've got the items in here. Now the thing that you'll see is, like this item here, it has on there an item number, which is EA3 bin 2, and then it also has a brief item description showing what the item is. And that is the information that we put into the custom SKU field, which I'll show you shortly, in eBay when we're listing items, so that when the item is sold, that information prints out on our scan sheet, or it shows up on our phone, or whatever it is that we use to pull our orders, that it is put there so that as we're pulling the orders, we can go right to the location. We've got the labels and all those. Now that we've showed you how we label the numbers and how we label the items, and we figure out exactly where we can find the item, let's go on the computer real quick and I'll show you how to use eBay's custom SKU field to put this information in there. Alright, so here we go. I'm on my computer, and here shortly, if you only list on your phone, I'll show you where you can find this information while listing on the eBay app, and you can use this same system if you are selling in Facebook Marketplace or Mercari or Poshmark. Wherever it is that you are selling it, you can still use this system. You're just going to have to figure out where you're going to put the item location in your inventory system so that you can go find it. I know when we list on Facebook Marketplace, we just put it in the description area. We'll put the little, at the top of the description, we'll put the little, you know, CD5 box 3. We'll put that there in that little section so that we know exactly where to find it. But today we're kind of talking about eBay, so I wanted to make sure I did take the time to show you where you can find it on eBay. So if you are in the item revision, or you're in the item creation section, as you see here, I've got revise your listing, which is what I'm doing. If you're creating a new listing, it would be in that section. But this screen is going to look the same no matter if you're revising a listing or if you are creating a new listing. And the field that we are talking about is this custom label SKU field right here. It's in this section that you can find all the information, or that you can put all that information as far as the item location is, a brief description also. And one thing that we do that it's not in this listing here, because it hasn't gone live yet, is we actually put the date that we list the item. So like this item here is being listed today. So the first thing that you would see at our listings is the date, which would be March 15th, 2021. And then we just put some dots. You can put spaces, you can put whatever you would like to there. And that's the first thing that we do. The reason why we do this is so that when we're looking at the active listings, is that we can see when an item is listed, and when we can see when the item is listed, we know exactly how long it has been listed. So as we go through and we reduce prices on items, maybe we're going to run a sale for inventory that's 2 months old, is that we can sort the inventory by that field. And as long as you have the dates in there, that this information will pop up so that you can easily see when an item was listed, and you can reduce prices, do whatever. it's there for you. So that's kind of a little sub note for this. So the next thing you'll see is CD5, which is the C is for us, it's the row of shelves. That could be maybe you only have one shelf. Well, then maybe you won't need 3 numbers. Maybe you only have 1 row of shelves, and then you've got maybe 5 shelves, or maybe you have 1 shelf. You know, whatever it is that you assign that shelf a letter or a number so that you know exactly where it is. And then the next one is that it's row C, it's shelf D, which is for us, it's the 4th shelf on row D, and then it's number 5, which is shelf number 5. 5 shelves, shelf number 5, and then it's box 2. For us, we use boxes on ours. You don't have to use boxes. You can use maybe 2 boxes. You can use bins. We like the boxes because those shelves are exactly 48 inches wide, and I'll put a link if you're interested in knowing exactly what shelves we use. We get them from Sam's because they hold a lot of weight, and they're relatively inexpensive, and they're durable. We've had some of those shelves now for almost 3 years, and there is no sagging or anything in them whatsoever. But you can use whatever it is, the system that you use. 1 box, it could be on the shelf. If it's bigger items, it could be on a shelf. Whatever it is that you use, maybe like we buy our boxes from Uline, and there are certain dimensions. And with Uline, you could probably get prices better from anywhere you want, but we order ours from Uline because they have so many different size boxes that are available, and then also in the thickness of the box to make them more durable. But I'll put a link down in the description for that also, so that you know exactly which size boxes that we use. All right, so the next part we put in is just a brief description of the item. It's whatever we put on the label. So like that one's MPOW M9. That's exactly what we put in the custom SKU field. If by chance you don't put the correct information in, we do that because the way that we put it on here is I'll show you again. Take a look at the boxes and how we put these items in there so that when we look down, we can see all of the labels right on top so that we don't really have to spend a lot of time looking. But if you forget to put information in there, then at least you do have the title that you can look at to be able to get an idea. But we just put that short description in right there for you to look at. All right, so now that I've showed you on the computer, let me jump on my phone real quick and I'll show you how to find the custom SKU field there. All right, so here we are in the drafts again, and I'm just gonna pick on an item because it doesn't really matter which item. I will pick on another pair of MPOW headphones. We click on that item there, and then it's gonna pull up, and you see the title there, and then on the laptop, it would be right beneath the title section, but since it's the phone application, it's a little bit different, but it is in the item specifics section. So if you click on the little pencil there, and I believe iOS, if you have an iPhone, I believe it looks the same. It may look a little bit different, but either way, if you use iPhone to list an item, you should know exactly what the icon looks like for you to go in to edit the item specifics. And if you scroll down all the way down to the bottom in item specifics, you will see the custom SKU field, which is the last item on there. You will see this item, which this is another set of headphones. This is in draft, so it has not been listed yet. So it does not have the date in there. Our virtual assistant, Wally, he will go through and he will put the date on it when he looks over the drafts, does price comps, and does all that things that he does. But you'll see the same system in it, CD5, box 2, brief description, MPOW Flame, and that's how you do it on your phone. All right, so say we have gone through the process of we've listed the item, that you've put the custom SKU field in the draft, you've listed the item, you've put it in your inventory out there on the shelf, on the row, in the box that it's supposed to be in, however it is that you decide that you want to do it, and now you have sold it and you want to pull it from your inventory so that you can ship it. We use the bulk shipping method on eBay to where we can actually print a scan sheet. I know that some people use their phone to be able to look at it, and if you do, you just, you know, open the application. You know, you'd open the application, you go to sold items, and then it shows up under the custom label right there. It shows the items there. And it's okay, you can do that. We get a lot of orders sometimes where, you know, this morning I shipped out close to 60 items in 2 different stores. One store there was about 40 items that I had to pull from inventory, and looking at my phone for 40 items, it gets a little bit tedious. So I actually print scan sheets, which I will show you how to do real quick. And if that's what you are wanting to do, on the top right hand corner where it's got the little bell, you would just hit paid and ship, or paid ship now, because that's what you're wanting to do. This little screen right here, it pops up, and you're gonna hit print pick list. And the next screen will pop up. It's got the sheet. This is how many orders that we have got going out so far that we've sold today. So in this store, we've sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this right here, it's got all the items in there, item location, the address, all the information that you would need to be able to take this sheet, go to your inventory, pull all of your orders, and go to get them ready. And then you just hit print and take that sheet with you. But for today's exercise, I'm just gonna show you on my phone here. So let's go look. So we're gonna go to inventory real quick, and we are going to pull the item from our inventory. And we're pulling an Under Armour women's pink workout heat gear race back ribbed tank top size extra small. And we're going to ECB box 3, which for us, we know that E is row E. So we're gonna go to row E, and then it is going to be shelving unit C. So we've got shelving unit C, EC. So it's going to be shelf number 5, because that's EC5, and then box number 3. So let's look down here. So if we are correct, it should be down here in the bottom. You see EC5, box 3, and there we go. We've got our tank top right there, as you can see. So as you see down in this box is we've got all these items listed. You see here on the top, it's got the label, it's got the label, it's got the label, it's got the label right there. We put all of that information right there on the top so that when we pull the box out of the shelf, all the information that we need is right there in our face, so that we don't have to spend the extra time digging around looking for items. Alright, so I hope that you found this video useful. I hope that you've been able to learn our inventory system. I hope that you have learned how to store items in your inventory. And it doesn't matter how many shelves you have, how big your space is the point is to just put that location in there, store it. I think you've been given enough information to where you can create your own inventory system to be able to store and locate items very quickly once you sell them and you're ready to ship it. So if you did find this video useful and you are interested in learning more about how to resell liquidation, make sure you subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, because every Tuesday we release new content around how to sell liquidation. And also you can check out our blog, which will be a link down in the description below. We write lots of articles about how you can sell liquidation in case you like the Reader's Digest version. So I appreciate y'all watching this video. Make sure you like it with a thumbs up. And until next time, peace.